This video is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty. The analysis reflects legal commentary based on publicly available information at the time of the publication. In February 2026, a courtroom battle quietly unfolded in Durban, but this was not a normal defamation dispute. At the stage of the case was one of South Africa's most powerful police commander, KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, and the man accusing him of corruption, businessman Kelvin Mojalefa Mathibela. What followed was a legal clash that raises a dangerous question: when does freedom of speech cross the line into defamation, and could explosive allegations about police corruption be silenced by the courts? The raid that started it all. The story begins in 13 February when South African Police Services officers carried out a raid on the offices of the businessman Kelvin Mathibela. Mathibela claimed the raid was not just a routine investigation. According to him, it was part of a long-running conflict between himself and the police in KwaZulu-Natal. He said he had been locked in a 7-year battle with law enforcement in the province. But what happened next would escalate the conflict far beyond the police raid. Within days, Mathibela went public. The explosive allegations. On 16 February 2026, social media posts began appearing on Facebook account in Mathibela's name. The accusations were extraordinary. Mathibela claimed Commissioner Mkhwanazi was corrupt, controlled by private interests, and taking protection money from taxi owners. Most serious of all were allegations that he ordered police killings staged at shootouts. Mathibela even suggested that some police operations began with monetary space being booked in advance, implying deaths were expected before operations were started. The claims spread rapidly online and were later repeated during a television interview on Newsroom Africa. Legal counterattack. The Lieutenant Mkhwanazi did not respond with press conferences. He responded with lawyers. Within days, he approached the KwaZulu-Natal High Court in Durban seeking an urgent interim interdict, a court order to stop Mathibela from repeating an allegation publicly. His legal team argued the application was not meant to silence criticism, but to stop false and defamation statements that could damage the credibility of the Provincial Police Commissioner and undermine public confidence in policing. The defense strike back. Mathibela legal team argued the opposite. They claimed the application was an attempt to silence a whistleblower. According to them, if allegations were true and raised in public interest, stopping Mathibela from speaking would violate his constitutional rights to freedom of expression. They also argued that Mathibela must testify before the Madlanga Commission investigating corruptions within SAPS, and the interdict could prevent him from raising those concerns publicly. The court examined the evidence. When the matter was heard in KwaZulu-Natal High Court on 24 February, the key question began clearly: could Mathibela prove his claim? The South African defamation law allows the defense if statements are both true and in public interest. However, the court found Mathibela's allegations relied heavily on statements attributed to another individual and lacked sufficient collaboration evidence. The judgment. On 27 February, Judge Sele David and suggested that any damages could be donated to orphanage. The appeal. Just one day after the ruling, Mathibela filed a notice to leave to appeal. His legal team argued that the order limits freedom of expression and prevents him from exposing alleged wrongdoing within the police structure. Why this case matters. The legal battle sits at the intersection of the police authority, public accountability, and freedom of speech. If the appeal succeeds, it could strengthen protection from individuals raising corruption allegations. If the ruling stands, it will reinforce the legal principle that serious accusation must be supported by credible evidence. In the end, the courtroom did not only decide who is right, it is deciding how far the accusation can go before the law steps in. That concludes our analysis. Thank you for watching The Sim. If you found this breakdown useful, consider subscribing for clear, factual legal analysis. Until next time, stay informed.